always there for you. This is News Channel 4 This Morning.
The ongoing civil lawsuit against OU running back Joe Mixon, the new developments in this high-profile case.
It's not really like a bang like a firecracker. It's more of like somebody put a blowtorch in your pocket and lit it.
An exploding battery leaves a man with burns on his legs. We'll tell you about a lawsuit that's in the works right now.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Heather Holman in for Allie Meyer.
And I'm Ken Ogle. Emily here following our forecast. Drove through some rain this morning. I was glad to see it. It is spotty, though.
Yeah, and so we're not going to see a bunch out of it. In fact, I think our last burst is about to move through the metro, and then we'll be good. So if you're heading out now, maybe allow extra time. But if your normal drive's at like 7:30 or 8, you should be all right.
Okay.
Yeah, let's take a look outside right now. We are tracking still scattered showers across most of the state. Western Oklahoma, we've dried out. You can see showers over western sides of the metro, and that'll be slowly creeping in, zooming in. We have showers now over Piedmont, very light though, over El Reno, Union City, and Yukon. Pushing off to the east, some showers and rumbles of thunder near Okemo, Wetumpka, Holdenville, into Kiowa and Colgate. Weak showers over Duncan, Rush Springs, Walters, up through Carnegie, Anadarko, and Colony. Light rain in Kingfisher. And then we have some light rain over Helena, Medford, Enid, we've dried out. Ponca City, some weak showers. We're dry in Stillwater, and weak showers over Cushing and Stroud. Temperatures are 20 degrees warmer than this time yesterday, so a light jacket will be just fine. We're in the upper 50s. That's our normal high for this time of year. Winds out the south at 10 miles per hour, but 20 miles per hour to the west. Today it's going to be windy, mild for a lot of us, in the low 70s for OKC. Storms to the east, new showers developing in the Panhandle late in the day behind the front. We're all going to cool down tomorrow thanks to this front. I'll have more on that coming up, guys.
All right, thank you. We've had a couple of earthquakes early this morning. 2 earthquakes hitting near Cushing less than a minute apart.
Yeah, and they were just hit recently, as you know. The first one was a 3.3 magnitude, the second a 4.0. This happened just before 4 a.m. We also have reports from viewers of power outages.
As you know, 2 weeks ago, Cushing experienced a 5.0 magnitude earthquake. Several buildings were damaged in the area. Remember how the scale works. A 5 is 10 times stronger than a 4, so that's kind of how it works. We're going to follow it there from the Cushing area throughout the morning. Let us know if you've had any damage. Amid massive statewide budget cuts, a discussion to bring back summer break at the state's largest school district.
Well, the Oklahoma City Public School District switched to year-round school back in 2010, and it was a plan that was supposed to improve academics, but some leaders say it hasn't.
News Channel 4's Ashley Kringen joins us live from the Oklahoma City School headquarters with the very latest. Good morning, Ashley.
Good morning, Kent and Heather. Well, the school board shut down the plan to return to a traditional school year, and they are sticking with year-round school. But that decision didn't come without a fight. Let's take a look at some video from the school board meeting yesterday, and we'll tell you about the arguments that were on the table. One included the traditional calendar, the continuous learning calendar, was supposed to improve academics, help students with that summer slump by shortening the summer break and allowing longer breaks throughout the year when struggling kids could get extra help to improve grades. Another argument was money. Starting 2 weeks later in August means 2 less weeks of running air conditioning, potentially saving $500,000. But in the end, the majority of parents, staff, and students say they prefer the current calendar, the continuous learning one.
Mediation issue is very vital to the community, and we do all we can to make sure that students have an equitable education.
District 1 board member Bob Hammock was the only no vote, asking why they should support a program that has shown such little progress. But supporters of the year-round school say after all the superintendent turnover they've experienced, they finally hope to see results. So we will just have to wait and find out. We will continue to update you. And don't forget, we have more information on our website. All you have to do is log on to KFOR.com. In Northwest Oklahoma City, I'm Ashley Kringen, Oklahoma's News Channel 4.
Thank you, Ashley. Well, police have a man in custody after a shooting in southeast Oklahoma City. This happened near Southeast 104th and Hiawassee around 8:30 last night. Police say a man was shot in the chest and taken to the hospital, but he is expected to be okay. They continue to investigate, and they're questioning a possible suspect.
This morning, new developments in the civil lawsuit against OU running back Joe Mixon. Parts of that lawsuit have been tossed out. A district judge dismissed Amelia Molitor's claim of negligence and wanton and willful conduct. After analyzing the case, the judge ruled that it was filed incorrectly, actually, under a negligence claim, saying intentional acts cannot be negligent. Instead, the judge says the case should have been an assault and battery case. Molitor now has 14 days to amend her complaint. Remember, it was more than 2 years ago. Mixon was caught on surveillance cameras punching Molitor in the face at Campus Corner Cafe in Norman. The video was never released to the public, but she was badly injured.
More details in a story we first brought you as breaking news last week. It's about a small explosion that forced officers to evacuate homes and shut down roads in northwest Oklahoma City. This was the scene at the Shell gas station near 16th and Portland. Police were called out after a loud noise and smoke came from a dumpster. Well, investigators later learned someone set off a commercial-grade firework inside that dumpster. 52-year-old Vincent Bishop was arrested on several charges, including manufacturing or possessing an explosive device.
Bob Moore, Chopper 4, over another scary situation yesterday near Northwest 80th and Council when a school bus slammed into a power line not too far from Northridge Elementary School. No kids on board the bus at the time. That traffic was rerouted due to the downed power line there.
And police are asking for your help identifying 2 robbery suspects on your screen. Police say it happened at the new Walmart in Oklahoma City at I-44 and Southwest 104. Take a good look at this surveillance video. They say when the 2 were confronted by store employees, the female pepper sprayed them before they both took off in that dark-colored car caught on surveillance camera. So if you have any information, please call Crime Stoppers at the number there on your screen.
606 and the Department of Corrections asking for big money and a major facelift. DOC is asking for $800 million. The state wants to build more prisons to deal with overcrowding, but some say putting up more walls is not the solution and that the money should go to something else.
The $60 million that it would cost each year to operate these prisons, that's the equivalent of a $1,500 pay raise for every teacher in Oklahoma.
We have some of our security staff and staff as a whole that qualify for food stamps. I think it's 36% of our workforce qualifies for food stamps with a family of 4.
Now, the state questions that passed this month should have an impact on prison population in the future, but those new measures really don't address the current prison population. Well, an exploding battery leaves a man with burns on his legs as he prepares for a lawsuit. Ethan Fullerton had a couple of batteries like the ones you're getting ready to see in his pockets with some loose change. Well, he used them to power his e-cigarette, but suddenly last month he felt his jeans heating up.
It's not really like a bang like a firecracker. It's more of like somebody put a blowtorch in your pocket and lit it. It's just a real hot fireball that heats up, gets real big, then goes back down.
Fullerton is suing a Chinese company that manufactures the battery, hoping to prevent it from happening to other people. The people that sell those e-cigs and vapors say anyone who uses the device should educate themselves on using it properly. 6:08 now this morning. We're in the 50s.
Yeah, well,
barely.
I mean, you can call that warm for this time of year.
It is mild for this time of year, right?
Yeah, it's our normal high, so I'd say that's very warm for this time of year. Taking a look outside, here's a look at our bus stop forecast. You'll definitely want a raincoat just for the next few hours. Kids waiting at the bus stop. If you don't have to wait out at the bus stop for another couple of hours, you'll be fine. Going home 73 degrees. Taking a live look outside. It is calm right now. Temps in the upper 50s for most of us, so not too bad for late November. Scattered showers continue. Most of it's on the light side. This huge batch here from El Reno to Dibble to Chickasha, that's making its way to the metro. So we have one more round about to move in here. Light rain over Piedmont, Yukon. We have some weak showers over Holdenville and Calvin and Kiowa. We have some showers now moving through Lindsay, Rush Springs, Lawton, Geronimo, up through Carnegie into Colony. Showers continue over Okarche and Kingfisher, heading towards Guthrie. Weak showers over Garber and Ponca City. And then we have some spotty showers near Cushing and Stroud. I'll have the latest on the rain timing for this morning and also look at that Thanksgiving forecast coming up. Now let's turn to Heather for traffic.
And let's go ahead and take a live look outside right now. Travis is parked along I-44, taking a look at the Belle Isle Bridge right there. As you can see, traffic is starting to pick up on this Thanksgiving holiday week. Most folks still working today. And the good news right now, no accidents out there. We are free and clear, green and clean, as we like to call it here in the metro. Everything looks great.
Good deal.
Yeah. Still ahead, tipped on its side and wedged between 2 trees. This is a sad one.
Yeah, it's a terrible school bus crash. It happened in Tennessee. Horrific details about the kids involved in that wreck.
Plus, San Antonio police have made an arrest in the fatal shooting of a detective on Sunday.
Plus, an amazing act of heroism. Some men hailed as heroes for their actions after witnessing a tanker truck explode.
And a cafe owner in New Mexico paying it forward in a big way.
You're going to like that story. Keep it right here on News Channel 4.
You're watching News Channel 4 This Morning with Allie Meyer, Kent Ogle, and Emily Sutton. News Channel 4, always there for you.
Bus driver facing charges in the deaths of at least 5 children killed in a bus crash in Tennessee.
So sad. This comes as families in Chattanooga are searching for answers after this scene etched into their minds. A mangled school bus wrapped around a tree. The bus was packed with 35 children ranging from kindergarten through 5th grade. More than 20 children were rushed to the hospital. Police questioned the driver overnight and announced he is under arrest. The cause of the crash remains under investigation. San Antonio police have made an arrest in the fatal shooting of a detective. 31-year-old Otis Tyrone McCain was taken into custody yesterday afternoon. McCain is accused of gunning down Detective Benjamin Marconi while he was writing a traffic ticket in his patrol car outside police headquarters. Multiple law enforcement agencies, including the FBI, came together to bring McCain into custody. With felony charges, McCain now faces the death penalty or life in prison without parole if convicted. Wow, 4 people had to be rescued from a rushing river in Los Angeles. Take a look at this. A fire department spokesman said 4 adults were stranded on an island. Rescue crews eventually secured them in a boat and took them to safety. About 100 firefighters helped in that effort. They were taken to local hospitals to be treated for exposure to the cold and wet conditions. 8 New York high school students were hurt after their bus rolled on a major interstate. The bus was headed into New York City for a business course. All the students have been discharged from a hospital. That's the good news. An investigation is underway into what caused that crash.
Now weather with the forewarned storm team's Emily Sutton.
Good morning, Oklahoma. Well, we are tracking some showers this morning, but it's only expected to last for the next couple of hours. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside where it's calm across the metro, although I'm tracking a new batch of rain about to move in from the west. Right now, cloudy skies, 59 degrees, which, by the way, is about our normal high for this time of year. Winds out of the south at around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Taking a look at our storm scanner, we still have those scattered light rain showers. Notice how we're already drying out in western Oklahoma. We're going to see some clearing here, expecting sunshine for this part of the state later on today. And then we have a new batch that'll be moving into the panhandle later on today. Zooming on in, you can see the swath of rain on the light side from El Reno to Tuttle to Dibble and Chickasha. That's heading towards the metro, raining over Carnegie and Hinton as well. Zooming in, you can see that rain now edging into Yukon and Mustang, and it's about to move into OKC. So if you're about to head out for the morning drive, just know it may slow us down a teeny bit. Moderate rain over Wetumpka, Holdenville, and Lamar. Moving south, we have some light rain over Kiowa and McAllister. And in southwestern Oklahoma, we have some showers over Velma, Lindsay, Geronimo, Lawton, and moving up the line over Carnegie and Hinton, Weatherford, Kingfisher, Hennessy, and then off to the north, weak showers over Medford, Ponca City. Stillwater we've dried out, and just some weak showers lingering near Stroud. So the number of showers is actually going down now as everything eventually slides to the east. You can see that this extends all the way up to Minnesota, and then off to the west we have this huge dip in the jet stream. That's going to be our cool down for tomorrow, but ahead of it we have warm air surging in, and that goes all the way up into Kansas. We're pretty much sandwiched between colder air, so yeah, it'll be a big difference tomorrow. Today though, treated to warmer temps for this time of year, at least the upper 50s right now. Again, that's more like a high temperature map for this time of year. Winds out the south at 15 to 30 miles per hour. Strong winds in the panhandle right now. We will be a state divided today. So notice by mid-morning, the rain will continue in eastern Oklahoma. We'll have cloudy skies in this part of the state, but as the dry line surges east, we're going to see sunshine and high fire danger in western Oklahoma throughout the rest of the day today. Late this afternoon, this evening, showers will develop in the panhandle. So here's your 4-1 forecast for today. This afternoon, state divided, upper 60s rain and clouds to the east, sunshine, high fire danger, and a strong southwesterly wind for central and western Oklahoma with temps in the 70s, and then cooler behind the cold front in the 50s and 60s. That front will move across the state tonight, giving us a strong northwesterly wind, dropping our lows to the 30s and 40s. So windy and chilly start tomorrow morning. You'll want the winter coat. Tomorrow afternoon, cooler statewide in the upper 50s to the lower 60s with sunshine and breezy conditions. And then for Thursday, 67 degrees. Thanksgiving Day, a breezy south wind and mostly sunny skies. Notice another front creeping in. So here's our 7-day forecast. We're going to have highs in the low to mid 70s today. Tomorrow, cooler in the upper 50s, warmer again for Thanksgiving, and then another cool down for Black Friday shoppers, 60 degrees, dry. Small business Saturday looking great, a breezy south wind, low 60s. Front rolls through on Sunday, cooling us down significantly for Monday into the low 50s. And then we will continue to see several opportunities for rain, mainly up and down temperatures with systems next week. So good looking 7-day though for any holiday travel.
Yeah.
Does look good. All right, thank you.
Thanks.
It is 6:18 now this morning.
And we need to check in with Mike Road King Rogers. Good morning, Mike.
Hi there, Heather and Kent. No major trouble right now. Interstates are quite busy around town. And of course, as we just saw, that next wave of rain is moving in, so folks will need to be careful. A reminder down in Norman, the Lindsay Street Bridge over I-35 and the Lindsay Street on and off ramps are still closed into early next year. You can use the I-35 ramps at Highway 9 East to access OU. Mike Road King Rogers for News Channel 4.
Mike, thank you on an amazing act of heroism.
Some men hailed as heroes for their actions after witnessing a tanker truck explode. We'll tell you about that one and much more still to come here on News Channel 4.
Amazing act of heroism. 3 people saw a trucker thrown from his vehicle in Michigan. They quickly sprung into action.
And they're being hailed as heroes for their actions after witnessing a trucker transporting 8,000 gallons of fuel in a rollover accident. The driver was thrown from the truck and ended up just outside the cab. Then the tanker burst into flames. The 3 people pulled him away from the scene moments before the area became engulfed with that fire.
Those guys are heroes for sure. Pretty bold. Coming up, another look at your forecast.
Plus, a New Mexico man paying it forward every day in a pretty amazing way. The details just ahead here on Oklahoma's News Channel 4.
Today's Facebook fan of the day, sponsored by Mathis Brothers.
Today's fan is Shelby Mirzababa of Oklahoma City. She likes the author Dr. Seuss. She likes the game Twister. She likes the book Fox and Hound. She also likes the Republic Gastropub. She likes Legacy Grill, and she likes Pub W.
Yeah, she's got some good taste there.
She sure does.
Shelby, thanks for being our Facebook fan of the day. Well, a cafe owner in New Mexico doesn't have prices on his menu, but he wants people to pay it forward.
The owner was inspired to open the Karma Cafe after visiting Australia and operated on a pay-as-you-feel model when he saw a restaurant there doing it. He decided to adopt the philosophy, serving food with no set prices on the menu. Started as a pop-up in a farmer's market 3 years ago. Now it has a place to call home. Open 6 days a week to feed anyone and asking them to contribute what they can.
Even if people are, say, homeless or struggling, they still want to contribute or pay what they can, giving people a safe place where they can come and have something to eat.
That is so cool. Well, the owner says some days are lean at the restaurant, but it's the concept of taking care of each other that's important. What a great idea. And just so you know, it's called Karma Cafe, so if you skip out on the bill, karma!
Right, something bad's going to happen. There you go.
True. That's really neat and progressive.
Yeah.
All right, hey, we are tracking some showers this morning. Let's take a look at our temperatures right now. We are hanging out in the upper 50s and lower 60s. Guys, this is where our highs should be this time of year, so showing you how mild it is. Don't get too used to it. A cool down's on the way later today. Right now, we're tracking some showers now moving into the metro. A new batch just starting to move in from Tuttle and El Reno. I'll have more from the radar and a look at that Thanksgiving forecast coming up.
Thanks, Emily.
Good. Thank you.
And we're following some politics this morning.
President-elect Trump heads to Florida to his Florida estate this afternoon, putting his transition on hold for a few days for Thanksgiving. But there's controversy over his business interest in his upcoming presidential duties. We'll have more coming up. 6:30 now this morning, taking a live look outside.
Traffic is picking up, and we do have a few accidents out there going on right now. In fact, there's a rollover accident on 240 westbound at Anderson. That's near the I-40 split, so be aware of that. That is causing some traffic delays right now.
That will slow things down for sure. It's 59 degrees outside, but you know, we got some rain. That's what's important.
Yeah, good morning, Emily.
Good morning. Yeah, it's not much, but we'll take whatever we can get, and we're also enjoying these mild temps for this time of year, at least, starting out the morning in the upper 50s and lower 60s. Check out the rain now moving into the metro. This is our, I think, final swath of rain that'll be moving through, but it will slow things down as it is coinciding with the morning drive. Light rain over Kingfisher, El Reno, Hinton, Binger, Anadarko. Zooming in, you can see that swath now moving into Moore and Norman as well, and about to drift into Edmond. Weak showers over McAllister, then weak showers over Lindsay into Elgin and Anadarko and Carnegie, moving up the line over Hinton and Geary, and then into Kingfisher, Hennessy, Mulhall, also into Garber, Enid, seeing a few sprinkles. Weak showers over Medford and Ponca City, and then we may have this small batch moving into Stillwater. So it's going to continue for about an hour or so and then press into eastern Oklahoma. Look at our temperature, 20 degrees warmer than where we should be this time of year. That's crazy. So 58 for OKC, winds out of the south at 15 to 20 miles per hour. This afternoon, we're going to have a state divided. Clouds, rain, and 60s to the east. High fire danger, windy with a southwesterly wind, and warm for central and western Oklahoma in the low to mid 70s. Behind the front, a strong northwesterly wind that'll drop us to the 50s and 60s. I'll have more on how much will cool down behind the front and a look at that Thanksgiving forecast coming up. Heather, Kent.
All right, thank you. We had 2 earthquakes this morning. Did you feel them? They hit near Cushing less than a minute apart.
The first one was a 3.3 magnitude, the second a 4.0. This happened just before 4 a.m. and also we've received reports of power outages in that area.
And of course, 2 weeks ago, Cushing experienced that 5.0 magnitude earthquake. Several buildings were damaged in that area. Stay with us here on News Channel 4 throughout the morning for the very latest. If you have any damage, be sure to let us know.
Oklahoma City Public Schools will keep year-round school. Last night, the board voted 6-1 in favor of keeping the continuous learning calendar. It sends students back to class 2 weeks early in August and includes 2-week breaks in the fall and spring. The plan is supposed to improve academics, but those against the plan say it hasn't paid off.
I'm not sure why we continue to support a program that shows so little progress, and we walk away from $500,000.
This whole remediation issue is very vital to the community, and we do all we can to make sure that students have an equitable education.
District 1 board member Bob Hammock was the only no vote. Hammock says those savings could have happened under the traditional calendar because schools wouldn't need to run air conditioning earlier in the year. Supporters of the plan say after all the superintendent turnover in the district, year-round school will finally be successful under new leadership.
Authorities have released their findings after searching the home of the suspected gunman in the deadly Will Rogers World Airport shooting. 52-year-old Michael Winchester was shot and killed while just walking into work at Southwest Airlines on that day. Now, police believe that Lloyd Bowie, a former co-worker of Winchester's, was the gunman. Bowie was found dead that night in the parking garage with a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. Well, after searching Bowie's home, authorities say they found a .22 caliber rifle with a magazine, a 12-gauge shotgun, multiple sets of bullets and shells, and an empty scope box, as well as paper targets. Also, military records not related to the search show Bowie received a marksmanship badge during his stint as an infantryman from 1991 to 1995.
New developments in the case against a man accused in the murder of Kirsten Hatfield. Kirsten was just 8 years old when she disappeared from her Midwest City home in the middle of the night back in 1997. Investigators say DNA evidence ties Anthony Palma, the girl's next-door neighbor, to her presumed murder. A motion hearing scheduled for today had to be postponed. Sources tell us Palma has signed a document releasing his attorney Irvin Box and requesting a public defender. That request will be heard by a judge on December 1st. We contacted Box for a comment, but he could not disclose that information.
Governor Fallin met with Donald Trump. Yesterday, the president-elect also met with former rivals and longtime allies.
Governor Fallin, just one of many talking to Trump at Trump Tower yesterday. According to Kellyanne Conway, top advisor to Donald Trump, Fallin is being considered to head the Interior Department. The governor spoke briefly as she was leaving Trump Tower.
Wonderful. Had a great time. We discussed a wide range of issues and his plan and agenda for America and how I might be able to help. It was a wonderful discussion. Really enjoyed it. Very excited about the administration and all the wonderful things that will be done for America. No, I wasn't offered a position. It was just an initial meeting to discuss a wide range of topics. Thank you for being here.
And after the election, Fallin downplayed suggestions that she might play a role in Trump's administration. She said she would be willing to listen if Trump asked her to serve in his administration, but that she thinks she could help him most by, quote, being a good governor.
The president-elect heads to Florida to his estate this afternoon, putting on hold his transition team there for a few days for Thanksgiving.
Tracy Potts is live with an update on what's happening behind the scenes. Good morning, Tracy.
Hey, Hey, Heather and Kate, good morning. Good morning, everyone. First of all, breaking news this morning. Looks like there will be no investigation of Hillary Clinton's email. Remember all the lock her up chants? Looks like that's not going to happen. A source close to President-elect Trump's thinking, is the way it was described, told MSNBC that he is not going to pursue an investigation on the email server or the Clinton Foundation. We do know that he has yet to answer questions about that or anything else at a news conference in the 3 weeks since he's been elected. His spokeswoman says he's been hard at work 18 hours a day working on this transition.
Governor Pence, what are you looking for?
Vice President-elect Mike Pence heads to New York today to rejoin the transition team. They're in no hurry to announce more cabinet officials before Thanksgiving.
It could come this week, it could come today, but we're not in a rush to publish names just because everybody is looking for the next story, respectfully.
Sources tell NBC former New York Mayor and Trump confidant Rudy Giuliani is now being considered as Director of National Intelligence. Newt Gingrich has confirmed he will continue to advise, but will not be part of the president's cabinet. He favors Giuliani over Mitt Romney as Secretary of State.
Rudy is a better pick and has the right temperament because we're going to need somebody who's a fighter.
In a video released by the transition team, President-elect Trump says his first 100 days will focus on jobs.
I've asked my transition team to develop a list of executive actions we can take on day one to restore our laws and bring back our jobs. It's about time.
He's promising to withdraw from the Trans-Pacific Trade Partnership and reduce regulations across the board, focusing on energy. And he continues to face conflict of interest questions, especially after this week. Big reception at the D.C. Trump Hotel, blocks away from the White House, for about 100 foreign diplomats. They got some giveaways, even some free nights at some of his hotels. Trump tweeted that it's just the media, the crooked media, as he put it, focusing on this, making it an issue. His spokeswoman says they've consulted with attorneys and continue to do so, and that there's no conflict of interest between his business and this transition.
Tracy Potts for us live in Washington this morning. Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you, Tracy. 6:38 now this morning. Well, I'll check with Emily on that forecast. Some rainfall out there, man. We need it.
Yeah, it's nice to finally get some, Emily.
Yes, it is, and it may slow down the morning drive. Kids at the bus stop, have the umbrella handy while you wait for the bus. Temperatures will be in the upper 50s, so actually not that cold, and it should be a mild afternoon for at least central and western Oklahoma in the 70s. Taking a look at our storm scanner, we've dried out completely in western Oklahoma, and you can see our last batch of rain will be moving through the metro for the next hour or so. It's fairly light. Zooming in, the rain's now moving through OKC, Moore, Norman, and Edmond. About to move into Choctaw and Luther. Piedmont seeing some moderate rain. Light rain over McAllister and Kiowa. Rain extends over Purcell, Wayne, Maysville, heading towards Pauls Valley. Light rain over Chickasha and Anadarko. Rain continues over Geary, up through Mulhall, and up through Garber and Ponca City. I'll have more on that Thanksgiving forecast coming up. Let's turn to Heather for traffic.
And we are following a couple of accidents out there. Travis is driving along I-44 eastbound for us right now. He's near I-240. In fact, he's heading to an injury rollover accident at I-240 westbound and Anderson Road. That's right at the I-40 split. And you can see right there where that accident is. That's causing some traffic delays there. Fire crews are on the scene right now. And we also have another accident northwest 36th and May. So add some extra time in for the rain, as Emily mentioned.
Thank you. Along with the holiday shopping is the season of giving, but beware.
The warning's just ahead as many of us get ready to shop for Christmas gifts. Much more news still to come. Keep it here on News Channel 4.
6:46 now this morning.
And let's check in with Mike Road King Rogers. He's tracking our traffic. Good morning, Mike.
Yeah, we got a big problem up in Edmond. New accident southbound 35, south of 33rd. Possibly two accidents in that area, so big delays there. Still wrapping up westbound 240 Anderson. Northbound 35 to westbound 240 reported. Minor accident northwest 36 in May. Mike Road King Rogers for News Channel 4.
Now weather with the forewarned storm team's Emily Sutton.
Good morning, Oklahoma. Well, we are tracking rain in the metro, although this is our last batch for the morning. The rest of the morning, it's going to slide into eastern Oklahoma, where it should stay for most of the day. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside. The biggest thing you'll notice besides the rain is that it's actually kind of mild compared to the past few starts. And you're right about that. 59 degrees. That's our normal high for this time of year. It's also quite breezy. Winds out the south at 15 miles per hour with stronger winds expected later today. You can see the light rain moving through central, northern, and eastern Oklahoma. This is all gradually being pushed out, and drier air is going to wrap around. In fact, we're already seeing clearing in western Oklahoma. So the western half of the state will see sun today. The eastern half of the state completely different with clouds and a little bit of rain. Here's the rain over Norman, OKC, Edmond, Guthrie, El Reno, and Tuttle. It's unfortunate it's slowing things down with traffic, but we really need as much as we can get in terms of rainfall. Zooming in even closer, you can see it drifting now into Choctaw, into Luther, Arcadia, a little bit heavier over Cashin, and then a batch of heavy rain over Union City and El Reno. Light rain over McAllister, light rain continuing from Purcell down through Pauls Valley, kind of lining up here with I-35. Off to the west, light rain over Rush Springs and Chickasha, moving into Hinton up through Kingfisher, light rain over Garber and Medford, Ponca City, and drifting down through Manford and Tulsa. Zooming on out, a wider view is showing that this is extending all the way up through Minnesota, and typically we have this dry slot wrapping around, and that's what's going to clear us out in western Oklahoma. But this area of rain in southeastern Colorado, that'll be moving into the panhandle later today. We are under this warm pocket for now that extends up through Kansas into Oklahoma and Texas, and that's it. We're kind of sandwiched in between the cooler air. We'll feel the cool down starting tonight. Tomorrow morning, you'll definitely need a coat. This morning, you can get away with a jacket. 58 for OKC, 52 for Woodward. Winds out the south at 10 miles per hour for the metro, but look at those winds in the panhandle at 30 miles per hour. We're going to see that spreading into western Oklahoma today. So a look at our future track. Notice what happens. We are going to have the rain sliding into eastern Oklahoma. Later today, it's literally a state divided. It's almost like I-35 is dividing it. So west of I-35, we'll see sunshine. East of I-35, clouds and a little bit of rain. OKC, we may see mostly sunny skies late today. It'll be close. And then storms will go up later today near Ada, Ardmore, and McAllister, and some of those could be severe. We'll be watching that. Rain will develop late in the day behind the front in the panhandle. Here's our 4-1 forecast. So this afternoon, 73 for OKC. Fire danger will be high in western Oklahoma. Cooler behind the front in the 50s and 60s, and again watching those storms to the south and east where some could be strong to severe. Tonight, all of us cool down behind the front in the 30s and 40s. It'll be windy. Tomorrow, cool and breezy. All of us in the upper 50s to lower 60s, which is actually standard for this time of year. We jump above normal for Thursday, 67 for OKC. And then here's a look at our 7-day forecast. After those morning showers move out, which they'll only last for another hour or so, we'll have some sunshine this afternoon, 59 tomorrow, beautiful for Thanksgiving, cooler for Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, looking fantastic for you shoppers, 62 degrees. Small storm chances with the front on Sunday, and then cooler for Monday. So we really lucked out this year. Remember last year we had an ice storm around Thanksgiving. So yeah, I'd say this is a huge improvement.
Very much so.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, we've been getting reports of earthquakes. We had 2 of them this morning near Cushing. They were less than 1 minute apart.
The first one was a 3.3 magnitude, the second a 4.0. This happened just before 4 a.m. There were also reports there of power outages.
Now, 2 weeks ago, of course, Cushing experienced that big one, that 5.0 magnitude earthquake. Several buildings were damaged in the area. Keep it here on News Channel 4 throughout the morning for the very latest there from the Cushing area. Also this morning, new developments in the civil lawsuit against OU running back Joe Mixon. Parts of that lawsuit have been tossed out. A district judge dismissed Amelia Molitor's claim of negligence and wanton and willful conduct. After analyzing the case, the judge ruled it was actually filed incorrectly under a negligence claim, saying intentional acts cannot be negligent. Instead, the judge says the case should have been an assault and battery case. Molitor now has 14 days to amend her complaint. You remember it was more than 2 years ago. Mixon was caught on surveillance cameras punching Molitor in the face at a Campus Corner Cafe in Norman. The video never released to the public, but she was badly injured. Number of drugs and weapons uncovered during a recent sweep here in Oklahoma City. Members of the Oklahoma City Spring Lake Impact Unit say a tip led them to a number of locations throughout the city. Search warrants in hand, those officers uncovered cocaine, marijuana, ecstasy pills, and a lot of guns. 3 people arrested on drugs and weapons complaints.
A puppy is on the road to recovery after police say its owner abused him. It's a story we brought you yesterday morning. This puppy was found inside an apartment near Penn and Memorial, bleeding and unable to move. Now that owner, Franklin Maddox, is facing animal cruelty charges. Maddox told police he was correcting the dog after it went to the bathroom inside. The puppy has several open wounds and, as you can imagine, is very afraid, but is recovering.
6:52 now this morning. Well, she traded in her high heels for cowboy boots. Pawhuska's Ree Drummond. Most know her as the Pioneer Woman, blogger, cookbook author, television show host. She has a huge following. But wait till you hear what she's done now. She fondly calls it the Merc. Take a look for yourself. Here's Linda.
You're about to enter the Pioneer Woman's latest project. Take a look at the before photos from her enormously popular blog.
It really looked like something out of a haunted house movie.
And this is the after. Join me one-on-one with Ree Drummond as she gives us a tour of the Merc.
But up here is where all the carb happens.
All the happiness.
I have a special fondness in my heart for the bakery space.
What else for you?
So do customers.
Blueberry scoop. What else for you? Get them right here.
Sales are brisk.
Thank you. What do you recommend?
Hey, listen, anything you eat there's going to be good.
And look at this, a 2.5-hour wait to eat in her restaurant. The crowds who come daily to the Merc double the population of Pawhuska. The Merc is just the latest in a line of successes for the Pioneer Woman, city girl turned country gal.
You know, I started my blog on a whim. It grew to something that I had never planned, and cookbooks came and my TV show, so never could I have pictured any of that happening.
She says she has one goal for the Merc.
We're trying to make it an experience for people who come, so and I think that's why we've had so much fun, because I'm loving it.
Ree, famous for her recipes, tonight she'll tell you about the mystery of the disappearing lemon bars. Join Linda Kaplan on the Pioneer One, but Kevin Ogle's involved in that somehow. One-on-one tonight at 10.
Should be a good one.
Should be.
Well, this rain is causing a lot of accidents. In fact, Travis is headed to one right now at I-240 and Anderson Road in the westbound lanes. That one is a rollover accident. Also accidents northwest 36th and May and southeast 104th and Hiawassee, 20 north MLK, Reno and MLK, and the 8100 block of South I-35 in the northbound lanes. That's just south of I-240. Please keep it slow out there this morning. We are saying goodbye to one of our own. We appreciate all that she's done for us, and we will miss her.
That's right. Ashley Kringen will be headed to new adventures, and to celebrate her time here, we look back at some of the best adventures that she's had with us.
Where I'm facing my fears, guys. So viewers watching, it's you and I. I'm looking straight at you guys to keep secure. And
say, better homes and gardens.
Face to face with the rattlesnake. Oh my gosh.
Y'all come see us. 2, 3.
Oh my God. This is a look at some of Ashley Kringen's stories over the last 3.5 years. Ashley joined us back in the spring of 2013, around the time that we're having some tornadoes. So she covered everything from tornadoes to adventures, like she is right there.
Oh wow, that makes me nervous just looking at that. Ashley's done it all, that's for sure. Joining us right now is Ashley, the hardest working reporter in all of Oklahoma City. This morning she's been out covering the school board meeting, and well, Ashley, you've done such a great job for us. We're really going to miss you.
Thank you. I don't know if this is rain or tears, but that was so sweet. Thank you guys. I've had such an incredible experience. I've grown so much as a person. I've met all of you, and I met my husband and my 2 doggies. So it's been quite the adventure in Oklahoma. So thank you so much.
You know, Ashley, you've done some, we were watching you with the rattlesnake. We saw you on the camel. You've done some, what do you think was kind of the craziest thing out of all the adventures that you've done? I'm sure it's hard to guess.
It sure is. I would say the rattlesnake was up there, but also when I did the Boathouse District adventures, I stepped off an 80-foot platform on camera. I've also just done so many things like rock climbing, and then obviously a lot of different news stories. So I have a really good resume, I would say, between breaking news and all those fun activities I had the pleasure of doing for all of you.
From each end of the spectrum, and we can't forget your dancing pumpkin video too. You can look that up on YouTube. Is that on YouTube?
Probably. That's at the end of that montage if we run the full one on Rise and Shine.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
You'll see more of Ashley on Rise and Shine.
That's going to be, yeah. That pumpkin is going to be a hard one to ever forget.
Well, Ashley, you are going to be hard to forget. We appreciate all that you've done, and we will miss you greatly.
Good luck in the future. Thanks, Ash.
Thank you so much, you guys.
She's something else. She's game, isn't she?
That was making me tear up.
I know.
She's one of my best friends here. You know, we are tracking some rain this morning, and she was so cute with saying, like, tears or rain. It's valid. Who knows? She could be crying in the rain. But we are watching that move through. Now, here's a look at our forecast this afternoon. The rain's going to be out of here in the next hour or so, and after that we'll be left with a warm day today, 73, and then great weather heading into Thanksgiving, 67 degrees with a breezy south wind. We lucked out this year.
Yeah, sure did.
Well, to see more of Ashley, head on over to Rise and Shine on Freedom 43.